Okay, we're starting off laying down, so close your eyes and get comfortable. And this can be really any laying down posture that feels good. So if you've been sitting in a chair a lot today, or if you've been standing a lot, it might feel good to put a little bend in your knees. Take your feet away from each other and then knock your knees together. And this might help your low back release a little bit. As far as your upper body, if you've been working at a computer or doing things all day, make your arms into little cactus arms and just drop them on the floor. And maybe you can even scoot your shoulder blades underneath your heart and expand all that space in the front of your chest. And just take a few moments to breathe and check in with yourself. How are you doing, self? See if you could lengthen out your inhales and exhales, taking in a little more air each time. And cleaning the lungs out more completely with each exhale. As you lay here and breathe through your nose as much as is possible, see if you could notice parts of your body that you might feel the most here. So doing your best to let go, notice that some places hold on a little bit. You might feel that tension in your hips. You might feel that tension in your chest. Just notice, okay? And do your best to notice all that without judging yourself or without necessarily trying to change any of it right now. I just want you to enjoy this moment and breathe deeply and just be with yourself just like you are right now. It is such a wonderful privilege that we have the luxury to lay here and relax like this. How wonderful. Hopefully you notice that in the past few moments of just breathing deeply, your chest has opened up. Your body might feel more relaxed. And maybe your thoughts feel a little more calm. But if your thoughts get distracting, don't worry. Let the thoughts do what they will. Just kind of like clouds in the sky. And focus your attention back on your breath. Big expansive inhales. And with your exhales, the belly button pulls back to the spine. And you're strengthening all the tissue that surrounds your incredible low back. Let's bring in a little gentle movement here, okay? So your knees will bend. Go ahead and point your knees up at the ceiling and bring your feet up close by where your hips are. And let's make sure that the feet are kind of wide, okay? You don't necessarily need a mat, but if you had a mat, maybe you walk your feet all the way off of your mat. And you can just drop your knees side to side. And you can make this really slow and gentle, especially at first. No reason to crank it or be fast. And by the way, if you just want to keep your eyes closed throughout this whole practice that I'm going to guide you through this whole half hour, I'll try to present all my suggestions in such a way that you don't even have to open your eyes and look at me unless you want a visual reference. Just rest your eyes. So maybe now that you've been dropping your knees side to side, you feel your inner and outer hip opening up a little bit. And hopefully also it feels good in your low back. It's getting twisted and wrung out. Maybe you activate the knees a little more firmly pulling them down. And notice how that feels in your inner and outer hip, as well as your low back. All right, next time your knees come up through center, pause, and then pick your feet up off the floor. Bring your knees up toward your chest, and you can put your knees together here. And make sure you have your arms out to the side, pressing the shoulder blades to the floor so that your upper body feels very grounded and stable. And without allowing your shoulder blades to peel up, could you drop your knees and hover them to one side? As you hover your knees, maybe look away from them so that the twist goes all the way up to the base of your skull. Let's bring the legs through center. And then drop them to the other side. Look away from the knees. Take one full breath in and out. And then we'll bring the legs through center. And let's see if we could go side to side, just like this. You can think of exhaling to twist your knees to one side and inhaling through center. Exhale, twist the knees to the other side. Inhale through center. Keep it going at your pace. Your breath sets the pace. Notice how this feels in your spine. Okay, all the way up and down your spine. You're twisting and wringing it out. Okay, so in your twist, we'll actually pause to enjoy this for a little while. So next time your legs hover over to the right, let them fall all the way to the right, okay? And then you turn all the way out to the right. Reach your arms out in that direction. And let's pause to stack ourselves into what I like to call a little sandwich shape. So your hands, shoulders, ankles, knees, and hips are all stacked, left over right. So take a moment to fidget yourself there. And then notice, if you notice, like I sometimes notice about myself, when I'm in this posture, sometimes my right side tends to collapse toward the floor. And the spine is in a sagging, not very neutral shape. So let's make the spine into a very ideal, lengthened, neutral shape and lift the right side a little bit away from the floor. As a matter of fact, if you wanted to slide your left hand under your right side, you would be able to maybe, okay? So long spine, neutral spine. And we'll twist from here, getting a little bit more into the upper body now. So if your left fingers come to the floor, just above your right hand, then you can use your left hand to draw a big half circle over your head. Make it really big. Eventually, you're reaching out to the left, and you can pause right there. Feel how nice that twist is. And bring it all the way back the way you came, drawing the same half circle over your head until your left hand is back with your right. Let's do that again. Inhale, draw that half circle over your head. Make it big. Pause when you're reaching to the left. And exhale, bring it back around. Now you do it a few more times, just at your own pace, okay? Close your eyes. Feel that big, expansive chest as you open up. Okay, next time you reach out to the left, okay? You're drawing your big half circle overhead. Your left hand is reaching to the left. Pause right there and breathe. I really want you to press your shoulder blades to the floor here. Push both of your arms into the floor. Feel how big your chest is. And as you inhale, could you bring your breath into your chest, kind of puffing your chest open? With your exhales, think of drawing your belly button to your spine. Maybe 3 more long, slow breaths, just like this, okay? Two more breaths. Last breath here. And then as you're ready, rock your legs through center and just drop them to the left. Okay, let them fall all the way over there. And then your arms will both reach out to the left, okay? And you're stacking yourself into a sandwich shape here. I will now spin around to face you. So remember in your sandwich shape that everything is nice and neat, stacked. And then keep in mind this left side, we need to activate it a little bit away from the floor. So you would be able maybe to slide your right hand under your left side. And we have a nice long neutral spine. We always want a neutral long spine when we twist. So now we're using the right hand to draw that big half circle over your head. Inhaling, right hand draws a half circle on the floor until you reach out to the right and pause. Exhale to bring it all the way back around. Okay. Now you do that maybe 4 or 5 more times on your own. Closed eyes. So nice to just rest your eyes and just feel yourself moving. I want you to focus on the big space in your chest, okay? All that space. Allow your inhales to lengthen and maybe arch your spine off the floor a little bit. Okay, are you ready to just open up and hold it? So next time you open up into the twist, the right hand is reaching to the right. Pause and breathe, okay? We're just going to enjoy this for a few more breaths. So press your arms into the ground like you're trying to make your chest as broad as you can. Long spine, big chest, inhales. And exhales that pull your belly button to your spine. Two more long, slow breaths to enjoy right here. Last breath. And then as you're ready, let's bring the legs back into center, bring them in. Your knees are pointed up again. And this time, ground your hands by your hips. Knees point up. And let's take a look at the knees. So make sure that your knees are the same distance apart as your hips, and so are your feet. Your feet are also in that same line, hip distance. Put a little bit of engagement between your knees. And as you do that, keep in a space, but a little bit of inward engagement between the knees. Notice how it turns on your core. So we'll activate your core a little bit here. Press down into the mat with your hands, shoulders, and feet as you inhale and lift your hips. So remember to keep the knees drawing inward slightly. With your exhale, think of rolling your spine back down. And let's take a few more breaths, moving just like that. Inhaling to roll your spine up. I like to think of picking a string of pearls up, one pearl at a time, and the pearls are like your vertebrae coming up. Then exhale to drop one vertebra at a time back down. Keep going. Your main focus here is spinal mobility, okay? And it's also a really nice back massage. So only go as high as you like. And make sure your nose points up so that the back of your neck never touches the ground. It's always a little soft arch back there. Hopefully you feel a nice expansion across the front line of your body as you come up. And that great back massage when you come down. Maybe one more time, just like this. All right, next time you land, your hips come down. Bring your right knee in towards your chest. And you can interlace your fingers behind your right thigh, if that works best for you. If your knee is very healthy and happy and you have no knee injuries, you might interlace your fingers around your right shin. It's really up to your preference today. But whatever you are doing with your right leg, ground your shoulder blades here. So really press them down. Feel how that expands your chest space, shoulder blades down. And also, as you do that, you're hugging that right knee in towards your chest. So let's enjoy that hip opener for a moment. So you might be feeling a lot of sensation in your right hip crease. As long as there's no pain, it's pretty deep hip release. So it might feel intense, and that's okay. Hug that knee maybe a little closer. And now that we've had it here for a few breaths, maybe we can move the knee side to side, kind of stirring the hip tissue around. Move it to the left, move it to the right. Okay, and then from here, we're going to let go of the knee, okay? Flex the right foot big time. So really strong flex in your right ankle. And drop that right ankle on top of the left knee. So you've let go of your right leg. Make cactus arms here. Go ahead and ground your arms and your shoulder blades. And without touching your right leg, just using the strength of the outer right hip, can you move your right knee away from your nose? Let's hold right here. Breathe into that right inner hip. So notice as you strengthen and use the outer hip, the inner hip is obliged to release. And you can use that to your advantage here. So can you keep this figure four shape right here? And just drop your legs over to the right. So the right knee will come to the floor. And all we're really going to change here is that left foot. Can we shimmy the left foot over to the left until the knees drop as low as you'd like? So when that left knee goes as low as you want it to, maybe you feel your left outer hip saying, that's enough, then just hold it right there. Keep your feet flexed and breathe. You're looking away from your knees to the left. If this feels pretty good and you like it and you want a little more, you can really walk the left foot out. Let the knees come really low, and then even activate the knees downward if that's appropriate for your practice today. Nice opening for the outer hip, okay? Maybe one more breath here. And this very gentle twist. Okay, twists are wonderful for recalibrating the spine, balancing all the little muscles that attend the spine. Okay, as you're ready, bring the legs back up and into center. We can put both feet on the floor here. And take some windshield wipers. Let your knees drop side to side. Noticing how your hips are feeling. And the next time your knees point up, pause. We'll bring the left knee in. And you can, same thing here. You can grab behind the thigh or in front of the shin. It's really up to you. Okay, pull that knee towards your heart as you ground your shoulder blades. Okay, I like to notice when you ground the shoulder blades, feel how much bigger your chest feels. Pull that knee in and notice how your hip flexor feels about this. Your left hip crease might be feeling some release. And remember, we're never cultivating anything that hurts. We always only want to feel good on the mat. So any pain, we back off of that right away. Maybe we move the knee side to side a little bit here, kind of massaging out the hip joint, all the muscles. And then we'll transition to a figure four. So you can let go of your left leg, just drop your arms like cactuses beside you, cactus arms, and put a big flex in your left ankle. Hook that left ankle on top of your right knee. And without touching the left leg, use your strong left outer hip to pull the left knee away from your nose. Breathe into that inner hip. Just enjoy that release. You might notice that one side is completely different from the other, and that is normal, and that's useful information. So always notice differences, one side to the other. Okay. Can you keep this figure four shape and just let the legs drop to the left? So that left knee will come to rest on the floor. And we'll shimmy the right foot to the right until the right knee drops as low as you would like. So your right outer hip will let you know if it goes too far. So just listen to your instincts here, flex your feet, and then once you've settled into your gentle twist, look to the right. If it feels good, you can continue to activate the knees downward. Maybe one more big breath in right here, okay? And then we'll come back up out of this. So get both feet back on the floor again. Take one more round of windshield wipers, just noticing how your hips are feeling. Hopefully hips and low back feel more spacious. Okay, more happy. And then next time both of your knees point up, pause there. Bring both knees into your chest this time. Give both of your knees a good squeeze. You can grab behind your thighs, in front of your shins. It's really up to you. But ground those shoulder blades. Pull these knees in towards your heart. Take a few breaths here. Okay, imagine you are trying to imprint the back of your body into the floor. Press all of it down from the tailbone to the back of your head. And then we'll seal this practice off with one more yummy twist, okay? Lots of twists today. So let's extend the left leg. Just let it rest on the floor. Now you still have your right leg in your hands. And just use your left hand to move that right knee over to the left. Just let it drop on the floor, okay? You can hold it with your left hand still. Look over to the right, grounding that right shoulder blade. Big breath here, shoulder blades down. Big exhales. Inhale into your chest. Maybe puff the chest up off the floor a little bit. And exhale, belly button to spine. Maybe one more breath here. Bring this back through center. Okay, we'll switch sides. So the left knee is coming in now. The right leg is out long, just resting on the floor. Right hand moves the left knee to the right. Okay, you look to the left and ground your left shoulder blade now. Big twist here. Long spine inhales that maybe arch your spine off the floor a little bit. And exhale, belly button to spine. One more breath here. Bring it back through center and release all the legs and arms out long on the floor. Close your eyes here, breathe through your nose. And let go. Let go of all tension in your jaw. Let your forehead soften. And without exerting any effort at all, just be with yourself here. Let the magic of your practice soak in. And I want to invite you to use this moment to cultivate bliss. Think about something very good. Let a little smile rest on your lips. And just be. And this is where we'll end our practice today, my friends. Please keep resting like this for as long as you can. Maybe even take a little nap if you have the time. Thank you so much for joining me.